It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Showtime, Geno Jones Showtime. Bam, you see the sign. Here we are, Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 4:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. All right, I need everybody to hook a breath up. I need you to do something for me right now. Click on the thumbs up button, all right? That's a like button. It says like it. Bam, hit it hard or hit it soft, but make sure you click on the like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. So like, thumbs up, share, copy and paste the link. You can copy and paste that link to the show in an email, in a text message. You can copy and paste the link on your forehead, bam, on your left butt cheek, your right butt cheek, on your belly button, on your eyelids, on your neck. Post it any and everywhere. Copy and paste that link everywhere you can. So like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody to click that subscribe button right now. You can be part of the Geno Jones Show family. And I'd love to have you. Hey, you want to be a sponsor? You want to run your ads, your campaign ads, your television, your digital video commercials right here? I got you. I'll tell you what to do at the end of the show. Just remember this, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. So Geno Jones Show at Gmail, that's important, all right? That's Zelle contact, and that's contact information to contact me personally, all right? Want to be a sponsor? Maybe you just want to send me an email. You something you want to say, you want me to shout you out, you want to get something off your chest, it's all good. See that right there? Boom, there you go. Geno Jones Show at Gmail. Let me get right into it. Okay, first of all, here in South Carolina, there was big news. So Dr. Jermaine Johnson, who's a member of the South Carolina Congress, actually, I believe is he a House member? I believe Dr. Johnson is a member of the South Carolina House. He is running to be the next governor. And today in Columbia, came down the steps with his lovely wife and his pick to be his running mate as lieutenant governor of South Carolina. Gentlemen, I had a chance to meet before a guy named Sam Skardon. Sam Skardon, S-K-R-D-O-N. So shout out to Sam Skardon. We met before. He remembered me. You'll see Mr. Skardon on, and he will tell you what he will do as lieutenant governor supporting Jermaine Johnson, who will be our next governor here in South Carolina. You got to name it and claim it. You got to speak it into existence. Also, yes, Dr. Johnson, Jermaine Johnson is going to be, because, man, I got so many people. I guess everybody, he is probably tired of hearing my name because there's so many folks with his campaign, around his campaign, that know him. He's like, hey, man, you need to be on Geno Jones' show. So, Brother Johnson, Dr. Johnson, Jermaine, I am really excited and so looking forward to having you on the show. I've been watching you. I've been shouting you out. I know you've been hearing about it, but you have earned my respect. You have earned my admiration, the way you have run your campaign. So we're going to run through the tape, not to the tape. We're going to run through the tape, and we're going to vote early. Election day, we're 96 days away, November 3rd. So November 3rd is like CP time. That's too late voting day. So that's like, really, no, you don't want to do that. I was going to try to be clever with a punchline. You just don't want to do that. Election day is don't get elected day if you wait until November 3rd. So early voting here in South Carolina begins 2 weeks before November 3rd. So that's going to be like it's going to be mid-October. So, but, we'll be talking about it, not just here nationwide, because it is now a choice. And I don't want you to get distracted, especially, you got to understand this corporate media, legacy media, old school news media, television, not so much radio, because they've really ruined radio, especially like radio news. It don't even exist anymore, virtually. On national level, that's a whole nother story. It's crazy, okay? But these labels, are you a Democrat or you're a Democratic socialist? And the folks throwing out, you got communists. Hey, listen, Don't let these labels fool you. This is the only label you should be concerned about. This is the one label that you should not just ask yourself, anybody that's running for office. Do you lean into humanity or hate? Because today, in this country, in this climate, in this year of our Lord, 2026, July 30th, with Lawrence Fishburne, who is 65 today, Morpheus in all three of the Matrix movies, the Matrix trilogy. I'm a huge fan. That's one of the few movies, let's see, any Equalizer movie, and Malcolm X, and the Matrix. No matter what time it is, anytime those movies come on, I got to watch it. I don't care what time it is. Also, Vivica A. Fox, still a Fox, is 62. She was in a soap opera back in the 80s, late 80s. It was the... let me see. What was the Days of Our Life? Yes, Days of Our Life. And then of course she was in this movie Booty Call. Jamie Foxx was in that. Set It Off. Her and Queen Latifah and Jada Fox. That's one of my favorite. I love all three of them ladies. Man, they killed that role and Set It Off. Two Can Play That Game with my man Morris Chestnut. She was in there. Soul Food, one of my favorite movies. And Independence Day, a movie to where. When, I'll never forget it, when this movie first came out, I was like in the high rent district of Chicago, down on the Gold Coast, movie theater. And I was one of the few African Americans in the movie theater. And so when the aliens blew up the White House, I stood up and gave the aliens a standing ovation. And then like the white people were looking and I looked at them like, what? They was like, so it just, when I think of Independence Day, I think of me giving the aliens a standing ovation for blowing up the White House. Well, that's a whole nother story. That was the movie. So happy birthday, Vivica A. Fox, Lawrence Fishburne, and my man Terry Crews. Damon, you a boy! That's famous scene in Next Friday, Friday After Next, with Cat Williams and Damon. Damon thought that Money Mike was going to be his lover for the night. And Money Mike was like, Damon, you were a boy. So big shout out to Terry Crews. He's also in the movie White Chicks, 58. Now, I know, I kind of got distracted because I was talking about Election Day. We want to vote early. And here, the big news, Dr. Jermaine Johnson, who is the Democratic nominee for governor, announces Lieutenant Governor Sam Skardon. But all the labels, don't get distracted. You hear moderate Democrat, democratic socialist, and communism. And listen, here's the label that you need to focus on. Like I said, do you lean into humanity or hate? Do you lean into my humanity? Do you see my common humanity and everybody else's common humanity? Or are you leaning into the hatred, the racism, the virulent racism and bigotry and misogyny and anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, anti-Islamic hate and hate on every level, misogyny, sexism, homophobia? Do you lean into the hate, fear, and division, which is big business, and it always has been big business for a small handful of people, like the billionaires? They divide everybody, and they just keep counting the money. They keep counting the crypto, which is a whole nother story, another scam. I'll come back to that another day, another episode. It's that simple. Are you leaning into everybody having affordable health care, affordable housing, groceries, gas, groceries, child care? Making sure that our family members, our elderly, families that need it will have Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare will get their Medicare and Social Security and Medicaid. Make sure that, why not, why not, in the richest country in the world, healthcare should be a right, and you shouldn't have to go bankrupt. This country gives Elon Musk with his racist ass, how did this dude become that goes to show you. Billionaires and intelligence, don't get it twisted. Nah, you can be born on third base. You can be born at home plate and think you hit a home run. Okay? do you lean into humanity? I'm going to go back to Elon Musk. Elon Musk's companies get $8 million a day of American taxpayer money for its companies. And that company that, you know, builds the rockets, the damn rockets keep blowing up on the launching pad or in the air, the middle of the air. Sometimes they don't even get up in the air. All these data centers that these billionaires, the billionaires is making billions off of all these new weapons that's got to be built. And you've got tens of thousands of troops over near Iran. What are we doing? They were supposed to be, they'll surrender in like 48 hours. Bullshit. It's real simple. It's a choice between humanity and inhumanity, humanity and hate. They're no longer two parties. There's one party. Yes, the Democratic Party, as flawed as it is. Yes, there's some fucked up things about some folks that call themselves. Yes, you have white nationalists. There's levels to this racism. Some who claim to be a Democrat, but the majority of people, let's put it this way. I'll make it real simple. If you are an avowed racist, virulent racist that stormed the U.S. Capitol in 2021, January 6th of 2021, if you really hate everybody but wealthy white men, that goes for poor white folks who hate themselves because they support people that hate them in terms of the policies that they want to enact and put into law. But if you are a proud racist, you are probably a MAGA cult member. Now they say, well, not every member of MAGA is not a racist. Well, if you ain't a racist, you damn sure racist adjacent. At the best, you are racist adjacent. That means you are like maybe low level. Now, yes, do you have some to claim themselves to be Democrats? Yeah, they got some racism in them too. But in this current climate, you have one party that leans into humanity, not hate. You have one party in general that wants to make sure that everybody, and ain't nobody cutting me a check, but I can see. That's why you need to be woke, be awake. To try to reverse engineer, wokeness is. So when you hear racists say, well, anti-woke, that means they don't want to be checked for their racism and bigotry and misogyny and sexism. Or anti-woke. Oh, you want to be allowed to be racist. Anti-woke means I should be able to be racist without any consequences. Now, you can be racist if you want to, but you can be racist and you're going to be held accountable, especially right here on this show. So you have one political party that at least leans into humanity, and the other, you have a cult. It's not a political party. You have a cult. At the top of that cult, you have billionaires. Now, there's some billionaires that support Democrats, but the Peter Thiels, the virulent racists who think that, unless you are a wealthy white man, that you should be the only one that has rights in every society, and all the laws and all the wealth should go to you. Elon Musk and Peter Thiels and Jeff Bezos with his little peanut head ass. And that crew, yeah. Elon Musk is talking about, well, by 2030 or 2036, you won't need money. What the fuck are you talking about? You won't need money. So what kind of bullshit do you all have planned? Folks won't need, why won't people need money? What kind of hustle, what do you, we know about Project 2025. What's Project 2035? You talking about people won't need people? He's like, hey, people won't need money. You gonna give up your money? Just what the hell I got my eye on you. Musty rat, Elon Musty man. Oh, that's your Orange Lord. He's a really not musty. He ain't musty. He's like shitty pants, stanky. I digress. So just want Jermaine Johnson announced his running mate, his lieutenant governor, Sam Skardon. So that was here in South Carolina. In Wisconsin, a brother named Mandela Barnes was running to be governor of Wisconsin. He would have been the first African-American governor. He was trailing in the polls. So there's like this, I believe this Asian woman who's a Democrat who apparently she is doing well in the polls. He's doing very poorly in the polls. He's like, look, you know what? This ain't about me. I'm going to tap out. All right? I'm going to tap out. The people have spoken. The people are speaking. I'm not going to win this race. It's clear. Just look at my position in the polls. Support, because it's not about me. It's not about her. It's about someone that's going to lean into somebody that's going to lean into our humanity. Somebody that's going to make sure that I can get affordable health care, housing, gas, groceries, child care, protect Medicare, protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, make sure that everybody, Medicaid, Medicare for all, or some kind of public, make it simple. We are the only developed country, which is some bullshit. Out of all the rich countries, we're the only one to where people are not guaranteed health care. They'll try to scare, yeah, but if you don't want all government health care, you won't be able to see your doctor. Shit, if you don't have no money, you won't be able to see any doctor. How about that? Here, you talking about, oh well, if you have government health care, you won't be able to see your doctor. Shit, probably half of this country can't see any doctor because they can't get any health care. How about that? Oh, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We don't do that here on the Geno Jones Show. Tell the truth, shame the devil. That's what Gene Jones, my maternal grandmother, who's watching down upon her grandson every day up in heaven, who I'm named after. Tell the truth and shame the devil. She didn't cuss. I say, tell the truth and shame the fucking devil. Okay. Now, before I wrap up, by the way, the show is interactive. So everybody watching the show, if you got a question, you got a comment, you want me to shout somebody out, shout you out, jump in that chat room. But don't forget, everybody, please leave your comments in the comment section below. You can jump in my chat room, but make sure you see where it says comments. Please, 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 please leave your comments in the comment section below. Now, before we go, the majority of Americans today, 2026, use either credit cards or debit cards. Now, I'm going somewhere with this, so follow me. It won't be long because we're wrapping up the show. In the United States, 35% of all Americans that pay for whatever it is, out of all the purchases made in America, 35% of all purchases are made with a credit card. 30% of all the purchases in America are made with a debit card. 14% of all the purchases in America are made with cash. The majority, so right there between some type of card, bank card, credit card, debit card, you can do the math. 65% of all Americans make purchases in cash. Now, the math ain't mathing because these are numbers. This is according to the Federal Reserve Bank. Now, I do understand who's in, but he ain't ruined the Federal Reserve Bank because that's the money. So they told me you can go on and you got the Supreme Court and do what you want to do with Congress, but what you're not going to do is mess up our money, Orange Hitler. So you stay your little punk ass over there. We got this money going in with the corruption and stealing and your sons and your son-in-law and your daughters and all your billionaire buddies, Mr. Pillow and all them punk asses. But don't come over here fucking around with this Federal Reserve Bank now. Then you're going to mess up our money. Some of your billionaire buddies is like, no, Go on over there with that foolishness. Give us some more tax breaks and tax cuts, but leave us alone over here. So this is according to the Federal Reserve. 35% of all purchases in America are done with credit cards. 30% of all purchases in America are done with like a bank card, a debit card. And 14%, so that's 65 and 14, 9, 7, 79%. So that's another 11%. What are they doing? Stealing? What are they using? Oh, man, okay, some of that, what? 79. So that's some of that would be 21%, actually. There we go. See, I'm good with math. So I guess some of that 21%, they must make purchases like with, I guess, crypto. So, but I did my own homework. So, according to the Federal Reserve, that's now. Why am I giving you these statistics, these numbers? So I went into a gas station, a Valero. I will say this, a Valero gas station. I don't know this young woman's name. I don't know. It depends. I don't know if I would name check her or not. So it's possible she was the Valero owner, because I did some research. I made some calls. That particular Valero here in North Charleston on Dorchester Road is privately owned. Valero is this huge company. Is based, the corporate headquarters are in San Antonio, Texas. So Valero gas, you've probably seen it, especially in the South. You see Valero gas stations all throughout the South. So I go in there to get a soft drink that I didn't need, and that was really God's way of telling me. See, you don't need to be in there buying this. So anyway, I was going to use a bank card. I was going to use a debit card, because I was like, credit card. Now I just used, because actually between my credit card and my bank card, the bank card was that was the first thing that was the one that was closest to the front of my little wallet. So I just grabbed, okay, pay for that. Now, the purchase was at less than $5. Okay, so this Valero gas station, which they have the right to determine whatever policies they want to have in terms of making purchases in their store. She's like, well, there's not, we don't accept this card because it's not $5. It's got to be $5 or more. I was like, oh, really? I was like, wow, okay. Man, it's like, who uses cash? Because I just cited the numbers. Only 14% of all purchases in America today is with cash. Now, like I said, this Valero gas station, they got a right. If they don't want it, if they they have this limit. They'll say, well, if it's under $5, it may cost too much to process. Okay, whatever. But she didn't even say that. But I was I just made a remark. I was like, wow, nobody uses cash anymore. She's like, well, I said, in America, nobody really uses cash anymore. Everybody's using some type of card. She's like, well, in America, people, do use cash. The majority. I said, the majority of Americans don't use cash anymore. She's like, well, around here they do, and the majority of Americans do use cash. And then I was like, well, no, actually. So I was just trying to educate. I said, no, actually. The majority of Americans do not use cash to make any purchase. Now, I didn't think I should be a teacher. And I said, okay, fine. So I took the soft drink back. And she was like, well, do you think I give a fuck about this? So and I'm like, okay, well, where did this energy come from? So I said, look, this attitude is not good for business. And with this type of energy and attitude, this business could wind up going out of business, and people could shut this store down. So this is that Taurus in me. So I found the corporate headquarters in San Antonio, and I called, and I said, listen, I explained to them what happened. I said, even though this is a privately owned Valero gas station, still, it's privately owned under the brand name of Valero. So if you got employees with really lousy, funky attitudes, that's a reflection on your overall brand. And even though it's a private owner, this private owner represents your company and your brand. So I'm sure there's some type of clause where if you want to own a Valero gas station, you can't be out here doing anything that would besmirch or ruin the reputation of the Valero brand and name. And I was like, look, I didn't call. I don't want this girl fired. It wasn't about that. But I said, listen, I took that funky attitude, and I said, she was not from the community, okay? That was clear. So I don't know, having a bad day, whether maybe she hate her job or whatever. I'm just say, listen, I'm a business owner myself. I have a media company. So, people, and it's within a mile radius, there's like 6 or 7 gas stations. So people have choices. So I said, as a business owner, if somebody had a bad experience with my business, I would hope that you would at least let me know, to give me the opportunity to make the situation right. That's just the way I am. I said, but no, I don't want an apology. I don't need the owner to call me. I don't want an apology from her, from him. Now, if they want to call, I left my number. I just said, listen, as a business owner myself, basically, I just wanted to inform that person, he or she or whoever, that you need to have a conversation with this young lady, because I guarantee you I'm not the first and probably won't be the last that will pick up that kind of energy from this person. So here's the lesson. Be quiet and right, not loud and wrong. See, a lot of times people think, because if they're real loud, as a matter of fact, if you are loud and wrong, you really look like a fool. I don't know what to say, and I don't want to mess it up. Something about don't let the world, basically, if you are a fool, you don't have to let the world know. And the best way to let the world know that you are a fool is by opening your mouth or confirming that. Like I said, I can't remember the phrase, so I don't want to screw it up. But that's the gist of it. Be quiet and right. And if you don't know, it's okay to be quiet. And if you own a business, listen. Because it wasn't like I was belligerent and I didn't start, because I said, oh, who uses? It was just, he said, oh, wow. I was like, who uses cash? Because I was like, it was almost like in the form of a question, like, who uses cash? Like, today, everybody uses it. Outside of Michelle Obama, who says she uses cash, and I get it, because she's like, hey, she knows folks can track you with these, Apple and Samsung Pass Pay and all that on your phone, and folks track that. So I get Michelle Obama, even though, like she said, I got dudes around me with big guns, but I gave you the numbers from the Federal Reserve Bank. 65% of all Americans make purchases with some type of card, either credit or debit card, and only 14% of Americans make purchases in America with cash. So be quiet and right, not loud and wrong. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Yes, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show, live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Right now, click on that thumbs up button, hook a brother up, give me the yes, thumbs up. We got to work them algorithms. It's a set of instructions that all these platforms have that read the amount of clicks, the amount of likes, the amount of time you spend watching, how many times you come to the channel. The algorithm, this train the systems, they track it. It's just really, that's what what's an algorithm? That's just a fancy name for a set of instructions that's been programmed into all these platforms. Tracking, it's like a tracking, just like y'all got them little tracking things on your iPhone. You can track your kids, track your spouses, or whoever you tracking, same deal. So let the algorithms know, so we can get credit We can grow our businesses and our platforms. We got to support our black-owned businesses, our black-owned platforms, because you see these colonizers don't want to F with us anyway. So we ain't trying to mess with you. Use ESPN and CNN and all y'all can. People got options. Like I was talking about in the monologue with Valero Gas. People have options. Now you can show your ass and you can basically give your ass for people to kiss. And instead of kissing it, get kicked financially. So understand, people have options, a lot of options. So if people think enough of you to patronize your business, to support your business, to watch your television show, your podcast, to listen to your radio show, your audio podcast, be grateful. I don't care how great you think you are. People still have a lot of options. So they don't have to watch you. They don't have to come to your business. They don't have to listen to you. They don't have to patronize you at all. And the businesses and the people who run those businesses that understand that will be successful. And the ones that don't, they'll be out of business. Shout out to Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her and her Lexi Jones collection out on Instagram, lx.ncl_. lx.ncl_. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the show. You can check him out on Instagram, on IG, Kel Be Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP over at Designer Cuts. All right, everybody, I love you. Absolutely, positively, unconditionally love you and you and you. All right, me and you Friday. Yes, kicking off the weekend. So my guest who was supposed to be here Monday, this brother, he is a singer. He's a rapper. He's a songwriter. So he's a rapper, singer, songwriter, producer. Just talented brother, Mike A. Brown. And yes, my guest co-host, Miss Christy K-Love Baxter. Yes, the K-Love will be back on the scene. So we're going to have a lot of fun Friday, live, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Shout out to everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching me live. In the meantime, folks who's watching the recording, don't forget, but if you're watching me live or watching the recorded edition, please, 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 if I had a cape, I'd throw it off like James Brown. Please click on that thumbs up, like, share. That means copy and paste the link everywhere. Copy and paste it in the email and a text message, on your forehead, on your butt cheeks, on your belly button, on your eyelids, on your neck, all over, your fingertips. I don't care where you just post it all up and down your legs, everywhere, on your toes. Copy and paste the link and tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. We'll see you live Friday. It's not Friday. It's a Friday edition of the Geno Jones Show, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Hello, Chicago. Stand up. West Coast, West Side, L.A., Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Seattle, Portland, Oregon. Stand up, Lil Hendrix, Hendrix Blue, my little man, Boogie B, Jonathan. I love you guys. See you Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll holler.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.